There is some pretty spectacular scenery in and around Stewart that I'm hoping the clouds may lift a little bit so we can see it. The clouds are not on our side this trip. I'm just kind of annoyed with them, but Stewart is a little town right on the border with Alaska. It is probably one of the places that gets the most amount of snow in BC, I think. It gets a lot of snow. Around Stewart, there are very high mountains. Look at that thing. It just disappears up into the clouds. You can see right there is snow still left over from last year. And if we look up, I don't know if I can get any closer with this, but right between the tree and the side of the mountain, there is fresh snow up there. This is right along the side of Highway 37A. You can't miss it. And over here is the glacier. It's shrunk a lot since the last time I was here, but that's what they do. They melt. Lots of waterfalls around the area. So that glacier, first time I came to Stewart, was all the way down at the lake. There was a big wall of ice right there. The last time I was here was in the summer of 2000. So it's been 23 years since I last looked on this glacier. In 23 years, that's how much it's melted. You can see the water coming down from it. You can hear it. That's the roar of water coming down from the melting glacier. And it does go quite a ways up into the mountains there, but you can't see it because it's in the clouds. Just getting into Stewart. And the sky has definitely lightened up a bit. It's still cloudy and it's still raining, but it feels brighter. Maybe it's just me. I don't know. 23 years ago, we were supposed to move to Stewart, BC. My husband was looking at transferring from Smithers, and Stewart was open. There was only one guy here, and they were desperately looking for people to work in Stewart. And we said, sure, why not? But we couldn't sell our house. When we finally did sell our house, we ended up being sent to Dease Lake, which was okay because by that time my in-laws had moved there and we were going to be able to spend time with them. They get a lot of snow in Stewart. I mean, a lot. We were told when we were here babysitting the town for another member who was taking a bit of a break, if you were sitting in your upstairs part of your house, your kids could potentially be playing on the same level as the upstairs. That's how much snow they can get. I don't think it happens every year, but they can get that much snow. So yeah, a lot of snow. That's the ocean. Salt water. And here's some silly person jogging in the rain. Oh my gosh, I guess if you don't jog in the rain in Stewart, you just never jog. Look at the moss on these trees. Sphagnum moss. Just hangs like spider webs or Christmas decorations wherever your brain takes you. Look at it. Oh my goodness. It's beautiful. first paid for campsite on this trip, and it's been just over 2 weeks now. This is Rainey Creek campground in Stewart, BC, and it is raining, so fancy that. You want another treat, Fred? Do you want a treat? Is that what you want? Come in there? Yeah, okay, hang on. You want this treat? Okay, you gotta sit, you gotta sit, you gotta sit. Good boy. There you go. So, one of the things I started doing was I make myself, I've made myself a cup of tea here, just regular black tea, and I make myself another hot drink in my travel mug, which seems to keep things really hot. It's one of those hydroflow ones. And so I'm going to make myself another cup of tea so that when I crawl into bed tonight, I have a nice hot cup of tea ready to drink. Did that this morning with a cup of coffee in my cup, and made another cup of coffee in my travel mug and put that into the front for when I was driving so I could have coffee on the road. Fred, you think you need another treat? Did you want another treat? Are you gonna sit? Sit for your treat? Gotta sit. Well, wanna get the treat? Okay. Is this what you want? Yes? You gotta sit. Good boy. Good boy. Gracie. Gracie saw another dog, so she's hiding in the camper. Looking out the door. Got all the window covers up already, and just have to get the bed cleared off. I'm gonna eat the rest of my Greek yogurt for supper. Not very exciting, but I'm not really hungry, but I should eat something. Oh, kettle's boiling. I'll make my tea. As you can see, it is still raining here in Stewart, BC. So we are not going to hang around, because hanging around just means we'll get wet. I have a raincoat, but Freddie doesn't, and it's just nasty right now. So we're gonna go and just pop into a couple of the little shops in town here, and then we're gonna head out. I'm really sad that I haven't been able to show you the scenery here. The vistas here are amazing when it's not cloudy and raining. It is a very wet place, which in part is why it's so beautiful, but you can't see it when it's cloudy and rainy. It's just up there. You know that the mountains are just towering over this little town, but you can't see them. I've managed to get a few shots of some dark outlines of mountains peeking through the clouds, but I'm afraid that's about all I'm going to be able to get for you here. I'm not planning on more than a couple more nights of travel. I'm stopping in Dease Lake tonight, and then I will be stopping in Boyle Lake. I don't even know if I'm going to spend the night at Boyle Lake. I don't even know if the campsite's open. It's another one of those that says that it's open until it starts to snow. But like the Meziadin Junction one, it might be closed. In that case, I will probably just stop there and take a walk down to the lake to show you the lake, because even in the rain and the clouds, you can still see the lake, and it is really a neat colored lake. So I'm excited to be able to show you that. Haven't even seen any bears yet. I mean, the weather is so crappy, the bears aren't even out. So I don't know what's going on. It's really too bad, because I had to wait an extra week to get my snow tires on. They had to order snow tires in for me because they didn't have the right size or the right size rims. So I ended up having to wait an extra week and a bit, I think, before I could actually leave. And if that hadn't happened, we would have been here a week ago when the weather was great. So timing is everything, right? And we can't control the weather, but I've enjoyed this trip and would definitely do it again. In the meantime, I did make myself a cup of coffee this morning, and I'm going to drink this and go and check out what there is in Stewart to see for shopping. I think there is probably a place I can get my coffee refilled at some point when I finish this. And then we'll head back towards Meziadin Junction, top up the gas, and start heading north again. We're going to go in and check out the Cut Rate Foods grocery store, and then go across the road to a couple of really neat looking older shop fronts. They're not open, but they have the historical little write-ups on the front of them, which I would like to read. And it is still raining like crazy. Fred is not coming with me because he will get soaking wet. He's already been out and had his pee and everything this morning. So, and in front of me, there is a Volkswagen. It's called an Expedition, I think it's called. I saw it yesterday here, and it's from Montana, so they are a long way from home. And Gracie, you have to stay in the car too with Freddie. Yeah, you're in charge, okay? Freddie, you listen to Gracie while Mommy's gone, okay? Stewart is also, at this point in time, the only place that I will get cell service until I get to Watson Lake. So I need to download some shows for me to watch tonight so I'm not completely bored. In there. Holy moly. This is between two stores. Just peeking in a window here of a store that's not even a store. I think it's just somebody's collection of stuff. But pretty cool. You can see some of the mountains at the moment, so I'm going to flip it around. There is a big old building that one of my favorite YouTube channels, Destination Adventure, did a tour of. He got a hold of the owner and was able to go inside and take a look. And we're just going to walk around and be there. So hang on. So this was built in 1908 by a German financier as a base for the Canadian Northeastern Railway, and it cost about $100,000 to build at that time. It is called the Empress Hotel. There's not a lot going on inside. I don't think the guy has done anything with it for a while, the owner now. Look at the rock face on that, eh? I'm glad it's opened up a little bit so I can show you some of the spectacular scenery. I saw this place featured on Destination Adventure. That's Dustin Porter's YouTube channel. He is from Williams Lake in British Columbia, and he does amazing videos. You have to check him out. I'm going to link this video down in the description if you're interested in seeing what the inside of this building looks like and some more of its history. It's just huge. A couple of broken windows up there, which this moisture is gonna do nothing for the inside. But yeah, I know Dustin went right up into those things up there. Yeah, pretty amazing. It's huge. If I'm remembering correctly, the guy who currently owns it was hoping to open it up as a hotel or a rooming house. Not really sure, but the video was really interesting, so go and watch it. Well, I think we've done about everything that I want to do in Stewart, which hasn't been a lot because it's just so freaking wet. But we're gonna head back towards Meziadin Junction and maybe we'll catch some more mountain views. The ones that I was getting earlier are completely gone again. They're all covered with clouds. So I stopped in at a little bakery and deli, I think it is. I think it's called Temptations. And inside people have written or signed or whatever all over the inside of the building with black Sharpie. I thought, oh, this is really cool. This would be a good little, you know, thing to feature in a video. Just how cool it looks with everybody signing that they were there. And I did ask permission and she said, oh no. So I did buy a muffin and a coffee, but yeah, no videos allowed. I don't know why. Anyway, off we go. I wasn't even able to get a sticker here because everything is closed. The grocery store and the bakery were the only things that I found that were open. So everything kind of shuts down here, I guess. Either because it's raining, but then they would be shut a lot, or because it is just not the tourist season anymore. Look at all those waterfalls up there. This is just a tiny taste of the kind of scenery in the Stewart area on a blue sky sunny day. Can you imagine what this would look like? Please try. That's what I was hoping for. That is a lot of water coming down that hill. And then there's this long one over here, right there. Just beautiful. It's like in this area, you can't help but hear running water. So there's a creek down here, and there's a waterfall right up in there. There's a truck coming. Another waterfall there. It's almost prehistoric looking. It's just beautiful, even in this wet, soggy weather. Oh well, let's get back on the road or we're never gonna get to Dee's Lake today. topped up with gas at Meziadin Junction, all of $12. Got myself a fresh coffee, but I don't really know how fresh it is because it was the last of his pot. It's not really very good. All they had was Coffee Mate, and I prefer cream, but beggars can't be choosers. I put my own sweetener in it because they didn't seem to have any sweetener there besides sugar, but it's not dissolved yet, so it still tastes pretty gross. And yes, I am a wimp when it comes to coffee. I need to have lots of cream and it needs to be fairly sweet. That's just how I like my coffee. If I can't have it that way, then I don't enjoy it, and to me there's no point in drinking it. Oh, much better. Okay, so we're heading north again. At least it's kind of stopped raining here and the clouds are higher, and I even see a little bit of a tinge of blue coming through there. So maybe, I don't know. I'm not guaranteeing anything at this point. I am really disappointed though that the weather has been so crappy. And I mean, it's not crappy for driving in. It's just crappy for seeing the scenery in. If it was high clouds, at least we could still see the mountains, but they're really low clouds. And this rain has been really, really needed because there have been so many forest fires up here as well as down in the lower part of BC. It's coming a little late, but at least it's going to be getting everything wet and fires will not flare up again. I mean, it's going to snow any day now. Freddie and Gracie are in the back there all cuddled up, snoozing away. It's a rough life. But let's get on the road. Goodbye, Meziadin Junction. Thanks for hanging out with us in rainy Stewart, BC. Join us in the next video on our way to Dease Lake. Thanks for watching. Don't forget, like and subscribe.